Hello, everyone. This is Very Mellow Man here to welcome you to the post game of our Let's Play of Dragon Age Inquisition. I say post game because in the last episode, we finally defeated Corypheus, his Venatori, and Red Templar forces, and closed out the main story of this video game in its entirety. Among other things, Cassandra was named the new divine of the Chantry. And Solus turns out to have been Fen'Harel, the Dread Wolf of Dalish lore. Sadly, because of this revelation, Solus has left our party for good. Luckily, though, we still have Dorian to pick up the slack when it comes to supporting our party. Now, without further ado, let's go back to the main story of the Jaws of Hakkon DLC, since that's really all we have left, since that's next on the agenda. Yeah, as you can see here, Solus is no longer in our party. Oh. Okay. Alright, got our potions lined up. Whew. The new plan of the is to meet up with the friendly Avar hold within the Frostback Basin, see what they want us to do. More or less, I'm pretty sure it has something to do with... Oh, Iron Bowl. I forgot to level you up. Yeah, we're getting pretty close to the level cap. Shouldn't be much farther. Oh, speaking of the devil. You have to go through them in order to get to the friendlier Avar. Those are the titular Jaws of Hakkon we have to deal with today. Am I going the right way? Ooh. I just hope I am. really don't feel like getting lost right now. Because there's a lot to do today.
Have you seen the animals the Jaws of Hakkon keep? Rat things.
Stone bear hold. And here's a shop that we can buy stuff from. So they sell Philandris. Yeah. They also sell some tier 3 mats, which is very nice. Ooh, they even sell Revenant Heart. Very nice. Of course, that just gets you a rune, but infinite oh no. They only sell one Philandris. I was ahead of myself. Alright, let's go meet with the...
Sounds like a party. Or a fight.
What is going on? Hey, Kitella. Pretty good race, I think.
Well, that was entertaining.
We should speak with the Thane.
Gerd Harofsen.
This is not my hold, Lowlander. I will not shed your blood here. You will face the full might of the Jaws of Hakkon soon enough.
We've heard of your arrival, Lowlanders. Come, share my fire where we might speak. Inquisitor, I am Svara Sunhair, Thane of Stonebear Hold. You have guest welcome here. Your Inquisition has done much to heal the holes in the sky. We are grateful. You and your people have come far from the safety of the lowlands.
Yeah, Kitella. That one belonged to the Jaws of Hakkon, judging by the way Gerd spoke to us. I like seeing how of our culture functions, and that was a part of it.
We have not come to cause trouble in your home, Thane. We have learned that the last Inquisitor may have died here hundreds of years ago. We seek his body.
Giving peace to the dead is a worthy quest. Any help we can offer is yours. Sadly, the Jaws of Hakkon will not offer so warm a welcome. You have met their Thane, Gerd Harofsen. I wager you have crossed blades with the Jaws of Hakkon in the wilderness. If you would search this place for your Inquisitor's body, they will want you to pay in blood.
When I first entered your hold, there was a climbing contest of some sort. What was that?
The test of the lady. We use it to settle disputes when it is not clear who has the right of it. There are others. For the test of the Mountain Father, You battle with verse, while those who favor you hold you aloft. The test of Hakkon is battle, with blunted weapons.
It seems as fair a way as any to decide such matters.
Yeah, it does.
In many cases, the law is clear. The tests are only for real disputes. As Thane, I may guide the gods in finding who is worthy. I decide which test will settle the dispute. I may also ask a warrior whose claim is foolish to climb with stones strapped to his back.
I'd like to hear more about Stonebear Hold.
We are not the largest hold, but our warriors are strong, and our singers are pretty. Ah, words are for boasting around the fireside. You should look yourself, if you will.
I'd like to know more about the Jaws of Hakkon.
They are not the first hold to take that name. All have been foolish. What would you know of them?
What do the Jaws of Hakkon believe that makes them so angry?
A wise man honors each god to its strength. Bjorn Reedbeard for fishing, Rilla of the Fireside for making babies. The Hakkonites care only for Hakkon Winter's Breath, god of war and winter. There is no evil in Hakkon. There are times to fight, but the Jaws of Hakkon care for nothing else. They raid, they fight. Eventually they die and their stories are forgotten. It is the way of things.
What can you tell me about the people now calling themselves the Jaws of Hakkon?
They came here a few years ago, after the Blight took their hold. There was land enough for both, so we were friendly. We did not see their anger. Gerd Harrison lost too many in his hold to Darkspawn. He thought only of battle and war. To avenge a wrong is a good thing, but only a fool lights the world on fire to do it.
You said that there were earlier groups known as the Jaws of Hakkon.
Yes, many ages ago. They thought of nothing but slaughter glory. They attacked the Lowlanders. Your people fought back and destroyed them. They were fools.
Okay, so the main difference between the past Jaws of Hakkon and the current Jaws of Hakkon is that their current leader has a slightly more understandable reason for being as murder happy as he is. But at the end of the day, they're basically all just murder happy barbarians.
I'll speak with you later.
Walk with the lady's blessing.
God. Get sick. Alright. Alright, new operation available. Alright. Guess the hold. The Guest of the Hold quest is basically the exact same thing as getting Dalish Favor. Basically, to the letter. You do sub-quests for them, and the more you do, the more favor you get.
What did I tell you? Lowlanders from the north.
Why do they dress like that?
Every time I think I've seen the ugliest possible Avar statue, a new one turns up that surpasses my expectations.
So, come to test yourself.
How so?
Our warriors want your measure, Inquisitor. Bring us an offering, and we'll let you fight Hakkon's trials. Stonebear Hold would know if the spirits favor you. So would I.
What is this trial, exactly?
A battle against our best. Wit and muscle, and steel against steel. Not to death, just surrender. In case you're afraid.
I've faced much worse than the Avar.
That demands proof. We're ready to see it when you have the courage.
Farewell.
Safe journeys.
Alright. We have enough of both, so let's just go over to here. Take care of that requisition. Yeah, you can fast travel all the way back to the hold. Pretty much, it's just a spread. I like this game too, Quitella. I don't like it as much as
Nothing yet.
the first Dragon Age game, but I like it a lot more than I do the second Dragon Age game. I just like playing it more.
Well met.
The Inquisition has brought an offering to enter your trials.
Yes! Oh, this'll be a fight to remember. I mean, enter the arena grounds. Hakkon's trials await.
Okay. Alright. There are 3 waves we have to survive in order to complete this trial. Oh, I forgot to switch back my focus. Jesus Christ. Sit still. Whoa. Promoted. Oh. That's wave 1 down. Yeah, hold on a second. All right. Unless you're a promoted warrior. Yeah, promoted. That's wave 2. This is supposed to be a no-death competition, but they're just generic enemies we use for an arena. So they have "I'll kill you" dialogue. Alright, return to the Arena Master.
Ha! What a fight! That maneuver was... Well, you saw well fought, Inquisitor.
Farewell.
Safe journeys.
Alright. Got some guest hold approval. Next thing we have to take care of, the Inquisition soldiers being attacked with the Jaws of Hakkon.
Some of ours, we should help.
Comes your death! Good try!
Dal Valhassin. Ooh. Where is he? There we go.
Lieutenant Farrow, sir. We've beaten back those Hakkonite bastards. My men and I will hold here. The Hakkonites along the river still pose a threat. After this last battle, we need time to fortify and regroup.
That will be all, Lieutenant.
Sir?
Alright, we've got lead the charge completed. I think.
Inquisitor.
What's the situation along the river?
Between the Hakkonites and the wildlife, this isn't the easiest place to maintain a presence. The river's the best way for the Inquisition to send supplies from Skyhold, or it would be if we could travel safely along it. The Hakkonites set up camps near the banks, and they attack anyone who gets within view.
That will be all, Lieutenant.
Sir?
God. I feel like an idiot. I feel like an idiot. Not for anything going on here, but just in general lately, stuff in real life. Nothing serious that you guys need to worry about. Right. Now I have to go to the other side of the river.
Should be fewer Hakkonite assholes around here now.
I like it you could sell like Avalar Twill, but since that new camp is basically right next to us, I'll just go for it. Fruit. Oh. Crap. Alright. Yeah, spires are a pain when you're just trying to explore the Frostback. But, you know, luckily we have almost all the camps, so it'll be pretty easy to get around without having to walk now. Ooh. Hello.
Inquisitor.
The river's
The
secure.
Hakkonites were pushed back from the river.
That will put minds at ease, sir. I'll arrange patrols for the area. It's no Imperial highway, but we'll see people along as safely as we can.
That will be all, Lieutenant.
Sir?
Alright. Now we've gotten that taken care of. Not yet. Yeah, you agree? That's his robe. Yeah, I heard about that. Right, Gurgut. Yeah, I like they're both lush green areas with a lot of scenery to them. But the main difference is that the Frostback is more. There's more mountain side to the Frostback, whereas the Arbor Wilds is just straight up forest. It's just a jungle. Disengage. Let's go.
You're good with that sword.
Thanks.
I see all that time on your own has given you a firm grip.
What is this? Are the fishes of Stonebearhold too rude to share a meal with friends?
Can the Jaws of Hakkon not catch their own fish? Or are those jaws only good for flapping?
Mind your tongue, Bogwalker. Stonebearhold may not always shelter you, and you will need shelter when the cold winds come.
Yet I feel only hot air.
When the Jaws of Hakkon rule, you will wish you had been generous. If your weak lady has not already picked your foolish bones clean.
Just wanted to hear an entire conversation.
The
for you.
Inquisitor! Death to the Lowlanders! Glory to Hakkon!
There's a lizard man painting in Durthamen's temple. Interesting. Fisherman Arvid.
You are the lowlander they call Inquisitor. I am Arvid Rolfson. Well thought. The fish will feed on fool's heart wine this night. Thane's son here has sent word that you and yours have guest welcome in our land.
How long have you lived in the basin?
Stonebearhold's been here a few generations. I was born further north, but we left before I could remember. It was a good life, until the Jaws of Hakkon arrived. They brought trouble with them. People are expecting a raid, but... yeah.
You don't agree?
They seem bigger fools than that, for all their boasting. I cannot say what they plan, but it bodes ill.
I find myself in need of a boat. I need to reach
Yeah,
that
your room
island.
is freezing cold.
Ladies' rest.
What?
That island belongs to the Lady of the Skies. The spirits warn us to leave it be.
Of course they do.
I don't wish to disturb your lady, but it's important.
Thane Sunhair has given you guest welcome, and I have given you warning. The boat is yours. I hope you come back alive.
Alright, that was nice. Durthaman is the one who created the Varterals. Ooh. Oh, awesome. Those spider things from the dungeons that we have to fight in Dragon Age 2. Okay, well, he's got a sick sense of design.
For a moment, I almost felt like I was walking down a street back in Markham. Strange.
Your mind is being influenced by the spirits here. They're drawing sorrow from you like you draw water from a well.
Right. That didn't help.
Well, if Durthaman created the Varteral, he's capable of creating life. He's as good a suspect as any.
Boss. Anytime you want to leave, it's fine by me.
Jesus, guys, stop whining. Durthaman is as good a suspect as any for the person behind the creation of the Lizardmen. Oh boy.
We've looked everywhere else on this island. Shall we see what's inside the rift?
Talana slept. I slept. To find him in dreaming. But the blood. She's gone. Talana wanted to reach Ameridan again. One more time. But she couldn't. I couldn't. I died. I tried to stay, but only pieces came through. You opened the sky for the rest of me.
You knew Ameridan.
You or she wanted to reach Ameridan again. We are also trying to find him.
Ameridan. Yes. Inquisitor. Beloved. She came with Ameridan to hunt the dragon.
The dragon?
Huge. Power like none had seen. It came from the mountains with the Avar. Towns fell.
That's a fair counter-argument, Madar.
One last favor for Emperor Draken. Slay the Avar dragon.
Twisting,
Save Orlais.
creating life out of nothing is different from taking what was already there and turning it into a new thing. Like, Abomination, like, yeah. Demons are created from spirits who are forced out of their original purpose, but that doesn't mean demons are literally born out of nothing. So yeah, you have a point there. It's the same with Darkspawn. Darkspawn are just other races mutated by the Blight. Demons are spirits forced to change their very way of being. So yeah, you have a point there.
Inquisitor Ameridan died saving Orlais from a dragon. How could history just forget that?
Not forgotten. Forbidden. Darkspawn in the north. All of Orlais afraid. No one could know. Orlais must stand unstained, no fear to falter. Please, my friend, for both our peoples. They fought at the shore. Spirits and magic. Cold. So cold. How I found her. How she found us. They rested here. Then up the river. Metal spires. A way to stop the dragon. Then Talana returned here, alone, to wait for him. Forever waiting. Dreaming. Then dead.
We'll find Ameridan. You don't have to wait here anymore.
Thank you. It was hard. She went a long time ago. I stayed because she asked. Her things are there. She wanted them found.
Alright. Alright. Here are her things. The heartstring bow. Nothing special. These orders of Ameridan and a new ability.
Kenrick will want to look at the orders.
You all right, boss?
New ability, Aegis of the Rift. The Inquisitor has gained a new ability to turn the veil itself into a magical shield that deflects enemy projectiles. It can be upgraded in the Inquisitor ability tree. That's what we saved our level up point for. Right here. Aegis of the Rift. You turn the veil itself to a magical shield that deflects enemy projectiles. It has a cooldown time of 90 seconds. It has a radius of 4 meters and a duration of 20 seconds. The upgrades are Retributive Strike, which allows Aegis of the Rift to send bolts of spirit energy flying back at the attackers, which is 5 points of damage per character level. Nice. And Swift Aegis, which makes the cooldown time 60 seconds instead of 90. Alright. What'd you say, Madar? The Vartaros have 2 humanoid arms and 4 fingers in one hand? Yeah. Ooh. The Vartarol could be mutated elves. Anyway, we'll deal with our build when the time comes. Alright.
There! It's the Lowlanders!
Kill the Inquisitor! Death to his hold! For Hakkon's glory!
Ooh, I'm frozen. Yo. Wow, you just teleport out the way. Alright.
Get ready! You die, warrior!
Jesus Christ. Oh.
Down you go!
Runa should be here. Where did she get to?
Are you looking for someone?
My cousin Runa. She's off north climbing the hills instead of helping with the cats again.
Farewell.
Good day to you.
Alright. Right. Which Aegis ability did you choose? I haven't used the Aegis yet. Thinking about reconstructing my build first before I actually get around to it, because we are at the point where we have too many talent points into things we don't really need. Alright, let's see. I'm fidgeting around a lot because of personal reasons. Yeah, Aegis is a good ability. I just need to find a way to add it to my build in a way that I'm thinking about. More flank abilities. Shadow Strike. That's gotta stay. Had to get these two. And the reason I have to be careful of how I spend these points is because alright. I'm at the sky hole for a quick second. Okay. Let's respec.
Inquisitor.
Yeah, I noticed the birds and the frostback as well.
Did you change your pillowcase?
No, not yet.
Okay, make sure you do it before for tonight. And you probably need to wipe that earpiece off, Anthony. When you clean it every time.
I do clean every time.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. Take some alcohol and kill that ear bacteria. That's how it's getting in your ear. That's been cleaning it.
Alright, airway detections renewal. Then we put the cooldown airway back on. Okay. We have 30 ability points. Holy crap. The lizardmen and the Vartor all have 4 fingers in one hand. It's a coincidence. Unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to chalk that one up to coincidence. I don't really see a big connection there between how many fingers one race has over the other. Alright, we've added Aegis of the Rift. So you think Dirthaman created the Vartrol to defend their various belongings and territory? I can see that. I cannot imagine what other purpose they would serve. Well, I'm glad there's a codex about it. Well, I never actually said it was a theory of yours I disagreed with. Just that it makes sense because I couldn't imagine what else it'd be used for. So knowing that it's canon is actually a pretty good thing.
May I help you, Inquisitor?
How were you assigned to the Inquisition?
I study primarily the early Chantry, particularly around the signing of the Nevarin Accord. That was why I transferred to the University of Orlais, closer to the source than Starkhaven. Sadly, most scholars took Inquisitor Ameridan's history as settled, even with so many questions remaining. No one took my ideas seriously until your Inquisition formed. I wrote Ambassador Montpellier, and, well, here we are.
I'd like to discuss Inquisitor Ameridan.
Of course, your predecessor. Existing historical records are contentious. Some say he was a devout Andrastian. Others suggest he cared little for religion, gaining leadership of the Seekers through Emperor Draken's friendship. He disappeared around the time the Seekers of Truth, the original Inquisition, incorporated into the newfound Chantry. It's not clear why. Some say that he was tired of his responsibilities and wanted one last great dragon hunt.
What's it like at the University of Orlais?
Oh, it's brilliant. Some of the greatest minds I've ever known. Now, the university was always well regarded, but Empress Celine made it the envy of all Thedas. She even got them to start admitting elves. Few bent noses, but it's worth it. Knowledge knows no bounds and all. Emperor Gaspard hasn't demanded any changes yet. We're hopeful it remains so.
So Dirthaman doesn't have any morals about himself, but Fallen Dean. I wonder what implications that could hold for their relationship, or for his opinion of himself in general.
A spirit on the island held the memories and possessions of Ameridan's lover, a woman named Talana. It told us that Ameridan was here on orders from Emperor Draken himself, and where he went next.
Andraste's dimples. I may have received tenure from that sentence alone. Ameridan had a lover. Talana, you said. The Inquisitor's Lady Mage. There was such debate over whether she existed. And there were orders? This was a request from Draken? This changes everything.
It's fascinating to find new evidence about these things. The spirit said to follow the river to the north, and something about spires or spikes.
Up the river, the scouts have had trouble with Hakkonites up there. I'll continue my research, but for now, Your guess is as good as mine.
What do you need me to do next, Professor?
That spirit on the island said something about Ameridan going upriver to, While you search upriver, That, sounded better.
I'll speak with you.
So Ferelden and Durthamin could actually be the same person, which would explain the aforementioned lack of Durthamin murals in his own temple. Interesting stuff, if that turns out to be true. Speaking of things turning out to be true, looks like the real reason Ameridan was basically Ameridan was basically buried by the Chantry, just like the Shartan was. If there's one thing I like about this game is that it lets me basically reveal the truth of stuff about this setting. It's just like being this truth seeker, and this guy who just restores lost fact to life. And it's an aspect of that I like about both Dragon Age Inquisition's story and the story of this particular DLC. The Descent also allows me to indulge in that particular want, but we'll get to Descent when we get to it. So according to the Codex, Durthamin and Ferelden were technically two souls inheriting one form? Is that what you're saying?
Someone help!
They touched the spider. Wow. We need to kill this Fey-touched spider.
Strange creature. Not like others we've seen, apart from wanting to eat us. Fascinating. I suspect it came into contact with the Fade.
A master guard belt. Let's put that on Blackwall right now. Well, we've seen cases of multiple personalities within the setting, so Durthaman and Ferelden being split personalities of one another isn't out of the realm of possibility. Shit, I just feel sick. Yeah, like Anders.
You seemed remarkably comfortable at the Winter Palace Ball.
I do my best.
You didn't knock over a single priceless statue or fart even once near the dessert table.
That you know of.
I'm surprised you never spent time in the Tevinter courts. They would adore you.
I did. After a while, the saddle just got too heavy.
Looks like we've stumbled on what they don't want found.
And we have another fast travel location. Great.
This is brilliant. This must be what the spirit meant. Excellent find. From what I can see, this is an ancillary station. Likely a scouting post for the larger structure to the east. What can it tell us about where Inquisitor Ameridan went?
I got Professor Kenrick here safely. The rest is up to you.
Lady Harding was quite nimble in the wilderness.
I'll be watching to make sure the Hakkonites don't come back.
Well, I mean, in popular media, split personalities, at least from what I remember experiencing, tend to be portrayed as opposites of each other. So who knows?
This is Tevinter, from well before the last Inquisitor's time. I understand they use such tiles as locks. Interesting, though not likely related to Ameridan. I believe that shape relates to the tiles. If you could replicate the shape in the tiles, something would happen. Brilliant! Look at that!
It is similar, but this is more of a memorization type of thing. We're unlocking a... Yeah, it's pretty similar, but instead of using mathematical steps to connect the dot and fill every square in the grid, so as it were, what we have to do is fill in the grids and light up the tiles in a certain order.
Brilliant! Look at that!
Hakkon's Mercy. And 10% chance to use hidden blades on hit with 5 hits. This is how you farm it. Yeah, Tevinter basically took everything the ancient elves did for themselves and used it to build their own nation. Without the ancient elves, I really have no idea what modern Tevinter would look like. I'll be fine. It's really not a big deal.
Didn't work.
That didn't do the trick.
Oh, well done. Well done indeed.
That's something you don't see every day.
A pair of shrines. This one is clearly Andrastian, albeit from a very early period, likely pre-divine. But this is Elven. One of their gods. What was it? Every mother finds Druffalo among sleeping juniper groves. G something. The one with the deer.
Oh man. Yeah, so Ameridan worshipped both Andraste and the Dalish gods. Talk about polytheism. It's a pretty rare thing in this setting, so I really like this detail. It shows that you don't have to go one way or the other. I like that.
That would be Gillenan, mother of the Hala.
Yes! Brilliant, thank you. Oh, that would have bothered me all day.
2 shrines for
My
2
armor
lovers.
reminds you of
Inquisitor
Saints Row.
Ameridan
That's
and
very
Talana.
interesting. No,
Maybe Talana
that's
was
just
an
very
elf.
bewildering.
Oh, yes.
Because wow, Saints Row, that's
good.
pretty
The
out
Chantry
there.
expunged references to elves before the Exalted March on the Dales. They erased the Canticle of Sharton. They must have done the same to Talana.
The Gentry should not rewrite history to cover up inconvenient truths.
Regardless, the important thing is what this tells us. It's not a burial site. That much is obvious.
Look at those flowers. They're not native to the area. What if they were left at the shrine as an offering?
Yes. A night of prayer before battle against the dragon. But then where? Where? We're missing something. What are we missing? Oh, where did you go?
I wouldn't say your gender actually matter, but that's solely because you want to try to romance Solus. A lot of that's just an understanding that people don't like.
Professor, look at this.
Oh, so it's the color scheme.
Transfigurations.
Well, for the record, my armor is blue and yellow, not purple.
And before them, empty, outstretched, lay the land which led to the gates of Minrathous. And Transfigurations is, the light shall lead her safely through the paths of this world. Why these verses? Why would Inquisitor Ameridan take the time to carve this before going into battle?
Damn it. I'm fucked.
The gates of Minrathous. Isn't there a Tevinter fortress in the area?
Yes? Oh, of course! The ritual site! To seal the dragon away, Ameridan's elven mage must have used a spell at a site of great power.
My scouts have checked the fortress. It's sealed behind a wall of ice. It has to be magic.
Let's look around. Ameridan found a way through that ice, so that way should be nearby.
Didn't work.
I guess the Stone Stalker plate I wore was purple, but really that's a long time ago, so I'm not sure. I guess the lighting maybe tricked you, but I'm not really sure how you could confuse what I was wearing for purple in all this sunlight. Oh, actually, no, I can. Okay. That looks really purple in this light, but I was going for blue. Jesus Christ. And do I need my handheld? No. I'm not giving up.
The light shall lead her safely through the paths of this world.
Brilliant! When the Imperium abandoned this fortress, they left the wall of ice to lock the door behind them?
And every lock has a key.
Like these trail markers. Ameridan must have known how to use them. If they can melt through the ice, that must be where Ameridan sealed away the dragon.
I'll follow the markers and see what we can find.
Alright. Just like how we had to get here by walking across the river, we have to basically follow a series of checkpoints in order to get to the wall of ice Ameridan sealed this dragon in.
Are we sure these things will burn through the magical ice?
As long as the trail markers are still functional, we should be fine.
I guess it is Fade magic.
Everyone remember not to look down?
Are you saying that because you already did?
Let's not start a whole game of who looked down and suddenly felt the weight of their own mortality, shall we? Some of us have to concentrate on walking.
Dorian, you're amazing.
Are we waiting now? I'm so glad I came along.
Yeah, the Fade is one of the weirdest parts of the Dragon Age setting when you think about it like that. It's total, but it's also like one of my favorite parts of the setting because of how magical it is. I guess even Fade spirits need some sunlight. Oh, we got a new trial reward.
With the
It is
path
one thing
destroyed, we'll have to find another way around.
If there's one thing I can appreciate about this particular DLC, it's how you're able to explore the entirety of the new area without it feeling like you're not without it feeling like filler. I think the vortex is
Good place to get ambushed. Watch your back. At least it's not too dry.
I think the vortex is probably just a vortex of energy. I don't have any real deeper meaning for it at the moment. You're probably correct about being the center of the fate, though. Not in the mood to lose my climbing progress. Thank you. I imagine the Dragon Age writers took a lot of influence from H.P. Lovecraft while they were creating the Fade. So it wouldn't surprise me if something similar existed in the Cthulhu mythos.
That Tevinter fortress shouldn't be much further.
Get ready! I'm too pretty to die! Get ready! Now! I'll kill you, mate! Drive them out! Look out!
This is gonna take a while. Holy crap.
Watch your feet! Hold on, Mo! Form up! Orion's down! I don't want to blade. Form up!
I believe we would see way more Fey-touched creatures if Solus did destroy the Veil. Yes. Those guys almost beat me. I really need to remember to pump myself up with an anti-cold potion before engaging. Well, the Nightmare Demon is pretty unique. If there is anything else like it in the Fade, then sure, it will definitely come to the real world.
Inquisitor?
How did you get the name Sunhair?
I was born Svara Janusdottir. For my legend mark, I once fought a battle with my hair on fire.
You lit your hair on fire?
An enemy archer lit my hair on fire. I was locked shield to shield with a foe, and I had no time to douse it. It scared my foes. My hair was braided long enough that I could spare it. It stank worse than goat shit, though.
We cannot find the last Inquisitor's body until we get into that fortress. Can you help us defeat the Hakkonites?
Bathing my blade in the blood of the Hakkonites would be cause for a feast for most in this hold. The Hakkonites are fools, and they have forgotten the old ways. But we have pledged peace with them. To attack with lowlanders at our side would make us oathbreakers. This is poor weather for me to ask that of my hold.
I understand your concern. Is there anything I could do to help?
Among the Avar, a hold draws strength from its hold beast. They are as kin to us. When our hold beast is strong and happy, there is joy. When it sickens and dies, it is an ill omen. Our bear, Storvacker, has not been seen in days. The hold fears for her. I cannot ask the hold to break peace oaths unless Storvacker returns.
Do you have members of the Hold searching for Storvacker?
The hold is already fearful. A great hunt for our hold beast would show weakness to the Hakkonites. If she were dead, the Augur would know. So the hunters watch for tracks. That is all we can do.
The way you asked us to help find Storvacker made it sound like you were willing to break your oath.
I could say that Avar hold all oaths sacred, that no true Avar would break them. It would be a good lie. Lowlanders doubtless say the same of themselves. A cunning Thane can find a hole in the tent of any promise. A place for the cold wind to sneak in. We are bone and blood. Oaths last until they are broken.
If I find your bear and you break the oath, what happens to Stone Bear Hold?
Other holds share oaths with the Jaws of Hakkon. They are sworn to defend or avenge them. If the Hakkonites were friends, they would attack us. But they are friends to few. We will send offerings, trade, and gifts to pay the price of oath-breaking. The storm will pass. I do not do this lightly, Inquisitor. But the Hakkonites are tiresome.
I'm a little confused about why I have to find a bear in order to gain the support of your tribe.
Storvacker is not a bear. She is our hold beast. She ties us to the gods. Without her, Your Maker has turned from you, has he not? It is as that. I know more of this world than the world of spirits. Speak with our Augur if you would know more. They're our gods, not yours. For you, it is enough that Storvacker matters to us.
Does Storvacker usually live in the Hold? Does she stay in a pen, or...?
Pens are for goats and chickens, not hold kin. The Avar are free. So must be our hold beasts. Storvacker lives in a cave near the hold. She comes to visit if she wishes to see us. We bring her gifts of food. Not enough that she will not hunt for herself.
Maybe I shouldn't bring this up, but bears and I traditionally do not get along.
You have fought bears. You lived. Good for you. Fear will keep you respectful should you find Storvacker. You will be fine.
So you're saying she's friendly?
I'd rather just...
I'll speak with you later.
Ask those in the hold about Storvacker. They may know something they have not told me.
I guess they must have. Solus made it clear that the Veil didn't used to exist before, and Nightmare Demon was old. So, obviously it must have existed in some form. Alright. Alright, Madara.
Greetings, stranger.
Inquisitor, I'm honored by your visit. I'm Finn Coldenson. Forgive me if I don't stand to greet you properly.
I'll let you rest.
Lady keep you.
No, no, you didn't. Jesus Christ.
Heard you passed Hakkon's trials. If you hunt as well as you fight, you'll fit in well.
Do you have any idea where Storvacker has gone?
Our hold animal's a hungry one. She might be after the game in the valley to the west. As the weather's turning, I'd not think she'd roam further.
Farewell.
Farewell.
When you said that demons exist during the Elven times, it was more of a, obviously they kind of had to in order for the Nightmare Demon to actually be a thing. So I wasn't too surprised by the Codex Entry existing. Which is why I said alright. You didn't say anything wrong. Side series out there.
I'm shocked I've never seen this plant before. It's so melodramatic, half the Magisterium should be growing it.
There was a fight here. Men. And something big. This could be tied to that Avar bear. No corpse, and no cart to carry a bear. Wherever it is, it isn't... war.
No, the Wardens didn't want to bring the Nightmare Demon into the world. That was not the point of their plan at all.
I don't want blame for this.
The Lowlanders have freed the sacrifice! Jaws of Hakkon! Destroy them!
Still stewing on it, eh, Dorian?
Abelas said the elves destroyed themselves. I'm still wrapping my head around that.
Why not tell everyone? Thought you wanted to take your fellow Vince down a peg or two.
For one, I've no proof. Secondly, if I did, they'd lose their collective minds. They might decide they have something to prove.
Yeah, basically that's why the Avars captured Storvacker. They wanted to use him as part of the ritual to summon Hakkon, I think.
Goat-kissing, blood-drinking, Hakkonite chicken crabs! Thank you, Inquisitor. Storvacker has returned. My hunters saw what you and she did to the Hakkonites who held her. In trapping Storvacker, the Jaws of Hakkon broke their peace oath with Stonebear Hold. Our blades are yours.
We welcome the help.
More than you know, Inquisitor. My hunters brought items back from where they held Storvacker. I know what they intended. It is not something you will like. Something few Avar would tell Lowlanders. But you must hear it. The Jaws of Hakkon sought to bind their god in mortal form and bring war to the Lowlands.
By saving your bear, have we put an end to their plans?
Though you have given them pause, they will try again. Ages ago, the old Jaws of Hakkon did the same. They brought their god to life to destroy the Lowlands.
I guess they kind of do.
Foolishness lost Hakkon to all Avar. Now they would free him and begin
Look
again.
like Scandinavians, I mean. I have to make sure I reread your questions out loud so that...
What did you mean when you said that their foolishness lost Hakkon to all Avar?
When they bound Hakkon to mortal form, he became blood of this world. He could hear no prayers, nor speak to the augurs. All he could do was kill. Then he vanished instead of dying, as though rendered mute, lost for ages. If they sought to free him from mortal form, I could understand. Making him attack the Lowlands is a fool's work.
The Avar wouldn't like the idea of war with the Lowlands.
Is that what your skulls say? It does us no harm to be feared. If our land is threatened, we will happily fight. And a raid here and there keeps both sides sharp. But we have no need of your Lowlands. Not when our goats are fat and our fish are plenty. And not when the sky is torn with demons. Only a fool fights in a burning boat.
What would happen if the Jaws of Hakkon succeeded in their plan?
Hakkon would come to the Lowlands in the form of a great beast. The Hakkonites would join him, their numbers swelled by foolish young warriors dreaming of honor names. Even if war were needed, it should not be like that. With gods wreaking havoc in blood-soaked fields. The gods should stay where they belong.
You said that the Jaws of Hakkon first tried binding their god in mortal form hundreds of years ago.
What of it?
In our search for Inquisitor Ameridan, we learned that he came here to fight a great dragon 800 years ago. A dragon that came from the mountains with Avar warriors to attack the Lowlands.
Your last Inquisitor must have fought well to stop Hakkon himself.
You're not bothered by the idea that our Inquisitor killed your god?
He didn't kill him. That would have been easier. Whatever
Well, you would know more about Scandinavian names than I do, so I'm going to trust you on that. Because, I mean, Dragon Age does take from the real world to inspire off its fantasy cultures and countries. The Hakkons, or the Avar in general, could be Scandinavian.
Do the Avar gods take mortal form on a regular basis?
No, the gods belong in the land of dreams. Whether it is their wish or some augurs that brings them here, battle tears will be shed. The skulls say the Lady of the Skies took mortal form when Tyrd of Brightaxe first led the Avar to the mountains. They say many things about Brightaxe and the Lady.
Based on what we know, what must we do to stop the Jaws of Hakkon?
You have melted the wall of ice that protects their fortress. We must make a plan of attack. Bring your warriors when you are ready to begin the assault.
I'll speak with you later.
Fair hunting. When you are ready, you have our blades, Inquisitor.
I'm ready to attack the Jaws of Hakkon.
Good. They will pay the blood price for what they have done. Your Skald and your Scout are here. We can plan the assault.
Oh, I like the sound of Skald. It's more dramatic than Professor. Yes, well, everything we've found out about Inquisitor Ameridan suggests that he never emerged from that Tevinter fortress.
If that is where your Inquisitor defeated Hakkon, that is where the Jaws of Hakkon must
You have quite the memory. I'm actually a little jealous you can remember all of that. All those mythologies and cultures you've read about.
Inquisitor Ameridan saved the lowlands from an Avar invasion. We cannot do any less.
You really have no problem with us killing your god?
Gods cannot be reborn until they die. Hakkon needs a good rebirthing.
If you say so.
With its ice wall melted, the fortress is open to attack. We must strike soon, before our foes recover.
They're already trying. I've got most of our forces defending the shrine from Hakkonites who want to restore the wall.
If anyone has suggestions, now is the time.
What gives you fear, Inquisitor? Is this not the battle you wanted?
I'm no warrior, but with Lady Harding's forces defending the shrine and no way to breach the walls...
Lowlanders. Why not climb the walls?
Your warriors can get over those walls before the Hakkonites stop them?
This is not a war, Stone Daughter. This is a raid. We strike at night, clad lightly. We climb the wall and open the gate from inside.
If Stonebearhold can open the gates, we would be grateful.
The Jaws of Hakkon have been bugs in my bedroll for months, Inquisitor. We owe you thanks.
Inquisition forces will feign weakness near the shrine. That'll draw some of them away from the fortress.
Not too many, I hope.
Yes, save some for us.
Right, Inquisitor. Husk and I will climb over.
I'll be there to catch Parv when he slips.
Of course you will. You'll be behind me after all.
Where the guard?
I've got him.
There! It's the Lowlanders!
Kill the Inquisitor! Death to his hold, for Hakkon's glory!
Yeah, I'll play Descent.
And
we have a bear. Hooray!
It's a trap!
Lady, take your goat lovers!
Blackwall needs help!
I like their weapons as well, especially when they have frost runes equipped. It feels very fitting.
Watch the wards. We can't afford to be slowed down.
Help Dorian! Die!
Thanks for the tip about the wards.
That should end the wards.
Even colder than usual. This is magical. We need to keep moving.
Yeah, the gimmick in this dungeon is that you need to get to warm.
Cold's not so bad here.
Yeah, you need to get to a warm place before your timer runs out. If you do, you'll continuously take damage until you die. That's the gimmick here.
Sing the song of savage Hakkon, born in battle, bloody bladed. Winter's breath to rack the lowlands, cold to cut and kill the hated.
Sounds
That
like
would
they've already
be.
started the ritual. Best hurry then.
Yeah, that would be Gald invoking the ritual to summon Hakkon right now.
Meet the might of Mountain Father, crush the creed and cough the callow. Leave the lady lost and lonely, scour the skies of spirits sour. Gird Harrofson, call to the cutter, Wyvern Slayer, Lowland Beg. Begs of Hakkon, bring his body, bloody blessings, cold and pain!
He's summoning Hakkon into his own body.
He's mad.
And yeah, you get to refill your potions while you're trapped in here, which is really nice. I heard about the Ugandan Knuckles meme. I also heard about how kind of tacky and racist it was. So I don't really prefer to use it. I mean, I wish it wasn't, because I think it's kind of funny just in a vacuum, but it's kind of not.
Sing the song of savage Hakkon, born in battle, bloody bladed. Winter's breath to rack the lowlands, cold to cut and kill the hated. Meet the might of Mountain Father, crush the creed of Corf the callow. Leave the lady lost and lonely, scour the skies of spirits sour.
There must be something here.
Gird Harrofson, call to the cutter, Wyvern Slayer, Lowland Bane. Begs of Hakkon, bring his body, bloody blessings, cold and pain!
Nah, I'm just like mega sick.
Sing. Song of savage Hakkon, born
There's
in
the
battle,
dragon!
bloody bladed.
Long as it holds still like that,
Winter's breath
should be
to
all right.
rack the lowlands, cold to cut and kill.
I can do this all day!
Meet the might of mountain fire, crush the creed of Corp the Callow. Leave the lady lost and lonely, scour the skies of spirits sallow. Gerd Harofsson, called the Cutter, Wivers, Lowland. Begs of Hakkon, bring his body, bloody blessings.
One down!
Sing the song of savage Hakkon, born in battle, blood bladed. Winter's breath to rack the lowlands, cold to cut and kill hated. Meet the might.
Yeah, those are the jars of bees. Those are the jars of bees.
And lonely, scour the skies of spirits sallow. Gerd Harofsson, called the Cutter, Wyvernslayer, Lowland Bane. Begs of Hakkon, bring his body, bloody blessings, cold and pain!
This is the point of no return, so if you didn't get all the Hakkon schematics, you better have done so.
To war! It's a trap!
You only need Sarah to get the jar of bees if you haven't played the game, period, and you do not have access to the Golden Nug feature, exclusive to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions of the game. Well, you can get it on PC as well, but what I'm trying to say is, unless you're on PS3 and Xbox 360, you should be able to have the Golden Nug.
Sing the song of savage Hakkon, born in battle, bloody bladed. Winter's breath to rack the lowlands, cold to cut and kill hated.
Oh, goody. It's promoted. Great.
Leave the lady lost and lonely. Scars of spirits sullen.
Well, I mean, you can recruit Sarah, get her Jar of Bees mission, and then kick her out in the Inquisition when you get the Skyhold. So you don't need the Golden Nug to do it, but yeah. Basically, you did pull one over on Sarah.
Face me and die, Inquisitor! Your predecessor could not stand against me. You shall fall as well. I am the cold bite of winter.
The damn thing's dousing the fires.
I am Hakkon Reborn!
Careful! Cold's worse up close.
Alright, here are the stats for Gerd Harrofson. Cold resistance, fire vulnerability, immune to fear, asleep, frozen ass, physical effects, and being poisoned. Oh, he's also weak to spirit attacks.
Death to the Lowlanders!
Gerd is essentially an abomination now, yes. Here he is, the first Inquisitor. Awesome.
Inquisitor.
Inquisitor? How fares Draken? Has he brought the chant to the whole world yet?
Inquisitor Ameridan, you disappeared in 120 Divine, around the time of the signing of the Navaran Accord.
You say it as though it was... How long?
There has not been an Inquisitor since you disappeared. 800 years ago.
Draken was my oldest friend. He would have sent someone to find me.
I'm afraid Draken was a little busy with the Darkspawn pouring down from the Anderfells.
I see. Talana escaped the battle. Did she... Do the records say what became of her?
Yeah, I know about that elf option, Madar. I think I've done it before when I played as an elf. I had to have, otherwise I wouldn't have known about it, but my memory is really fuzzy right now. Either way, thanks to the refresher.
She returned to the island. From what we can tell, she died trying to reach you through dreams.
I asked her not to. She was a good hunter and the love of my life, but she never... I never wanted this job. Hunting demons was so much simpler than politics. But Draken told me I was needed. As I suspect you were needed.
It hasn't been all bad.
I am glad to hear it. And sorry to burden you with my unfinished business. The dragon carries the spirit of an Avar god. I lacked the strength to kill it. My own magic was able to bind us all, locked in time. But when the cultists drew that spirit into another vessel, it disrupted my bindings. It is breaking free.
I'd be honored to finish what you started.
Thank you. The passage of years can be delayed, but not ignored. I will soon join Talana at Andraste's side. Take this. It holds the last few memories of an old hunter who was neither as wise nor as strong as he thought. Fight well, Inquisitor. I am honored to have met you.
Yeah, Ameridan's trying to empathize with you by wondering if you shared his pain and loneliness. That's what the
We'll have to deal with that dragon, especially if it's possessed again.
In the next game, will he become something like Ameridan? No. The next game seems to have very different plans for the Inquisitor character.
lead the Avar elsewhere, so Talana and I can deal with the dragon. My spirit companion believes we can seal the dragon away, even if we cannot kill it. It is less clear whether I can do so without sealing myself in as well. But I have little choice. This beast will wreak devastation across Orlais unless we stop it now.
He saved all of Orlais from the Avar, and no one ever knew.
Heroism shouldn't be about fame. It's about doing what's needed, no matter the cost.
I have the same answer I already gave you. BioWare clearly has different plans in mind for the Inquisitor. Because if the Inquisitor was going to end up exactly like Ameridan, I feel like things would have turned out very differently in the Trespasser DLC. Anyway, it's time for the final showdown with the Avar god, Hakkon Winter's Breath. No, I very much do not see that happening to the Inquisitor of this game. No.
Lowlanders, I am the breath of winter, the cold wind of war. Join me in battle and die!
For the last time, Adar, no. If all you were talking about was an optional death scene, then what was the rest of that about comparing him to Ameridan? I don't understand what that has to do with what you were actually trying to say.
You fight well. A worthy battle. You gain glory in death.
One more dragon down.
I've forgotten to see you take down a dragon in person.
Corypheus had a dragon. You were there when I killed him.
No, I was below when you killed him. Hard to get a good view with a floating mountain in my way. I must
And
say,
Iron Bull still approves.
It's
nice.
fun to see it up close.
Perhaps this calls for a new title. Dragon Slayer Harding, perhaps.
Oh, a fancy title goes against the point of being a scout. Nobody should see me coming. Inquisitor Ameridan would have been proud that you finished what he started. It's strange. History forgot so much of who he was. They never knew he died saving everyone. Do you ever feel that way?
You weren't in the fortress. How'd you hear about Ameridan?
I'm a scout, remember? Who do you think writes the messages Liliana reads?
Right now, half of Thedas would recognize me on sight.
Right, but they see the Inquisitor, this larger-than-life figure. Every time you're more than just a person to someone, you're also less than a person to them. They don't see that a real normal man fought the Avar and killed that dragon. And they certainly don't know about your strange fixation with elf fruit.
It's nice to hear that someone remembers I'm just a person, elf root notwithstanding.
Don't worry. Your secret is safe with me. Scout's honor. And for what it's worth, nice work, Trevelyan. Anyway, I'll be at camp if there's anything here you want to finish up. Otherwise, see you at Skyhold.
Medar, if the Inquisitor were just going to die in Trespasser, he would have just died in Trespasser. There really wouldn't be a point in postponing his death until the next game. Not really. Not a good reason for it. You get 14 iced dragon hide and 22 iced dragon bone. These are the rarest materials in all of Dragon Age Inquisition, because you cannot get any more than this. Once you use these up, they are gone for good, so you better spend them wisely. On the other hand, we have Hakkon's Wisdom, a powerful critical hit damage staff for mages, if you build them for critical hits. The Master Belt of Tonics, which is a great support utility belt for characters that rely on stuff like the Mighty Offense Potion to deal damage. And finally, a Master Cooldown Amulet, which is literally just a straight upgrade from our superb cooldown amulet. Dorian would love a cooldown amulet. Yes, he would. Alright, that's going to wrap it up for the Jaws of Hakkon DLC. There's obviously more left to do, but none of it's story essential. And to be honest, I'm just really ready to move on to the Descent.
We could fight crime.
Isn't that exactly what we're doing right this minute, more or less?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we are fighting crime. And we're pretty much done fighting crime in the Frostback Basin. So in the next episode, we're going to descend into the deep roads and deal with the tremors rocking the storm coast. If you like today's video, leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care and have a good night.